Hi Virgo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at what you need to know right now, any important messages coming out for you. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really rely on your support, guys. Being such a small, non-monetized channel, all your support really does make a difference. So please like and subscribe. I do really appreciate that. Okay, this week I am using the magical messages from the fairies oracle. We do have the Gilded Reverie lenormand, as well as the Island Time Wellness Love oracle. Okay, getting into it for you, Virgo. Virgo. Don't ask. Virgo. Important messages for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know right now? What does Virgo need to know? Oh, interesting. One more. Okay, getting some interesting energy here, Virgo. First card I have for you is the marriage card, Virgo. So for some of you, there is a potential union on the cards. Doesn't necessarily mean an actual physical marriage. It does say the fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. So I do feel that, there may be an actual marriage in the sense of you're attending a wedding or something along those lines for some of you there, but this is that it's the bliss of a union of some sort. It doesn't necessarily mean a romantic union. It could be like a business partnership, a new friendship, or all sorts of things like that. A new career union, something like that. I will get extra details on that as we go through. I also have practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Something you're needing to put into practice. I feel like for a lot of you, this is something to do with the union. That this type of union, whatever union you're entering into here, this is something that you need to put a little bit more practice into. Maybe communication, maybe. I just feel like for some of you here, it's like this is brand new to you. This is something that you haven't done before. This is something that you maybe need to practice to get, a better level, a higher level of skill. So things like examples, like if this is a business partnership, there may be the need for you to, practice communicating with the other person, or the other company, or something along those lines to, really make sure it flows and stays a strong union. Rather than allowing it to kind of lapse. If this is like a romantic thing, it might be something where you're needing to sort of practice that romance and practice, going on dates and keeping that honeymoon phase, that blissful period at the forefront, rather than allowing yourselves to, get into the stereotypical 40 years married, we just ignore each other and we know each other so well, we just do it. We don't think about the enjoyment and the happiness and the dating and all that sort of stuff. So very interesting there. But then this one actually feels completely separate. We have easy does it. So you're working too hard at something else. There's something else here where you're needing to just maybe rest. I feel like for some of you, this is just you need to rest. Stop trying so hard to control everything and all the doors will open for you. We will clarify these. But yeah, I do feel as though that's, for a lot of you, that is literally just you need to rest. You need to stop working so hard and make sure you take time for yourself as well. And, just find some time to just take it easy. Okay, clarify this energy for Virgo, please. Clarify this for Virgo, please. What's going on for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? I'm gonna grab 2 cards for each card. See if we are looking at a combined storyline or not. So firstly, the marriage card. Clarify the marriage card for Virgo. Clarify the practice card for Virgo. And clarify the easy does it card for Virgo, please. Clarify easy does it for Virgo. What is that in regard to? What is that in regard to, please? Easy does it. What is that in regard to for Virgo? I'm definitely seeing the need for you to take a risk at the moment. Seems to be a strong message for you at the moment here, Virgo, taking risks. Because I do have the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck. I do have the dice, which is an additional card in this deck, in addition to the clover, which has also come out for you. Okay, so I'm seeing both luck energy cards. So you have a lot of good luck on your side to start with, but they both speak to, you know, taking more chances, taking a bit of a risk. So taking a risk to practice things, but also taking a risk to, you know, take it easy. So it's kind of like a dueling energy here, but it's all connected. It is actually all connected, I feel. Okay, because the marriage card, I do have the coffin and the moon. Okay, so with the coffin energy, this is a death and a rebirth. This is the ending of something that's beginning something new. So I feel as though it's more focusing on the beginning, the rebirth, this marriage, this union. For a lot of you, this is an emotional union of some sort, coming into union, a new beginning within your emotional self. So for some of you, this may be even just a union with yourself, like coming into a union between, you know, how you have connected to your emotions in the past and how you're connecting to your emotions from now on, kind of thing, like a total brand new version of yourself where, you know, you are actually coming into union and able to sort through your emotions in a much more you know, positive way for yourself, where you're able to take those emotions on board rather than, you know, pushing them down, hiding them away, you know, closing the lid on them, like I feel like a lot of you may have done in the past. With the rebirth here, it's all about, you know, the coffin energy. When we see the ending side of it, that's about closing things off and you know, being closed off, whereas the rebirth is about opening back up to, you know, being born again into yourself. So this is like a total brand new life for you emotionally, I feel, in some kind of a way here. I am sort of feeling for a lot of you, this is going to be a union just with your own self and your own emotions. Finally coming into union with your emotions instead of bottling them all up and pushing them down for a lot of you there. So, you know, it is going to be an emotional union of some sort. You know, I feel like it's a, you know, wedded bliss union though. So it's you know, finding a lot more peace and happiness in this new union that you're finding for yourself emotionally. All right. The practice card, that's where we're seeing the clover coming out for you here. So like I said, this is good fortune. This is taking chances. So if there's something that you feel as though, do you know what, I've been doing this a lot, maybe I want to do this even more to get better at this. Take a chance, you know, taking a risk to, you know, jump in the deep end and you know, do that thing a million times until you know you can do it perfectly. Um, luck is on your side, though. I am getting a lot of luck for you coming through. That has come through with the garden here as well. So this could actually be taking a chance to go to that event, to go to that meeting, to accept that proposal. So for some of you, this definitely could actually be a romantic thing. I am still picking up that for some of you, it could be a career thing. The garden sometimes can be a career thing. The garden, though, it is my date card, so it does go back to, you know, with that example with the romantic relationship, that, you know, take a chance to take someone out on a date or ask someone out on a date, invite somebody somewhere. It is like meeting up with people. It's a very social energy, getting out and about. Take a chance to get out and about, to, you know, show your face, practice your little social butterfly skills, maybe for some of you here. Now that you are much more in sync with your own emotional self, maybe that's what's needed here, is to get out and about and practice, you know, being a little bit more sociable, being that version of yourself that you are now moving into a union with. Okay, but once again, I'm picking up because the garden sometimes can talk about wedding, like wedding invitations or going to an event. So I am picking up that for some of you, there may be an actual wedding here too. And with the practice card, I'm kind of feeling like this might be like, rather than, I don't feel like it's your wedding, Virgo. I feel like it's you know, you're going to a wedding. So maybe some of you are like wedding planners, or you know, you play music at weddings, or something like that, and you're being asked to take a chance to, you know, there may be something that you've been, oh, can you do this wedding, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll have enough time, or something like that. Take a chance to do that. You know, the more exposure you're getting at the moment, that's a very social card. So the more exposure you're getting at the moment, practicing maybe your social media um, self a little bit more as well, putting a little bit more daily practice into your social media would be very fruitful for you at this sort of time as well, to showcase your skills and your talents. So for some of you, it may be social media, but it is, like I said, very sociable energy. You know, interesting. And then that easy does it. The first card I've got here with that easy does it is the anchor. Okay, so the anchor is all about, you know, putting down that anchor and taking a bit of a rest. It's quite stable, secure, holding yourself steady. You know, I do feel that for a lot of you, there is the need to drop anchor and just chill for a little while here. So, and for some of you, it's directly in regard to with communication. We have the letter and then the lily, you know, clarifying that a little bit further. So for some of you, it's stable, reliable communication, but also not overdoing the communication. So I'm kind of getting that, you know, with what I'm seeing here, that daily practice. So it's like, if you need to maybe, for some of you, like with this union, I'm getting this sort of direct message that it's like messaging daily, good. Messaging more than daily, bad, is what I'm kind of getting. So if you're like contacting a business partnership that you've just sort of entered into, and you like send a check-in message email every day, yep, that's cool. But if you start ringing them up like every 5 minutes, going, oh, I want to check this, oh, I want to check that, I want to check this, I want to check that, you're going overboard. You're doing too much. Okay, so it's a fine line for you at the moment, Virgo. If you want this to last well into the future, because the lily does talk about long-term goals. It's things that are, you know, especially with the emotions starting us off here, and you showing that this union is very emotional for you. It's going to be very hard for you to find that fine line in between, because, you know, you may be sort of so this is the first time I've ever dealt with this sort of thing. I need to check up every 5 minutes and see if everything's okay. But it's a very fine line if you want this to last long term, because, you know, if you push it too far, it's going to, you know, people. I feel like I'm just getting this energy that if you go too far above and beyond here, and push the communication past the daily, um, you're going to be seen as like needy or clingy or unable to do your part in confidence. You know, whereas if you don't do the minimum daily, you're going to be seen as, well, they're not emotionally invested enough. So it's a very fine line here. I feel like the key is that word daily. Okay, so kind of getting that once per day, and limiting yourself, but also meeting that minimum criteria of once per day, is going to be important here for you, Virgo. Okay, so it's going to mean different things for everyone within the collective. So I'd be very interested to know, you know, what that is actually meaning for everyone within the collective, because, you know, especially with these types of readings, a lot of the time, these are things that haven't happened yet. And that will probably be happening in the next couple of days to week. So let me know. Once you know what this is about, let me know. I get very intrigued sometimes to see all the different ways the messages play out in reality. And I'm kind of getting that this could play out to a lot of different things for different people. So I'd be very interested to hear from you guys. Okay, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know in regard to romantic love? Romantic love for Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So starting off strong, we have the date card. So, you know, very similar to that garden energy. Like I said, that is my date card. So meeting someone new, getting back out there, dating, planning, or setting a date. Okay, so that once again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a wedding, doesn't mean it's an actual date. It could be a meeting, a business meeting. It could be a lot of different things for different people. I see why it's such a struggle for you here, because, you know, with that coffin energy, I feel like you're needing to remind yourself of that coffin energy, that the past is the past, Virgo, and this is why you're struggling to not overdo it. I feel, because this is what you've dealt with in the past, and this is what you're trying to avoid in the future, and so that's why you may be sort of, oh, I need to check up on this. I need to check up on this, because you're worried about, you know, I feel like you maybe are overthinking a little bit and stressing too much about potential negative outcomes. But the more that you do that, the more that you are actually going to create those, which is interesting. But we do have the snake, okay? Competition, enemies, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder, and the other woman. So you may be very concerned with competition. In that example of this being something business related, yeah, the fact of competition in the marketplace, or competition in that career field, it may be really getting to you. We also have stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. So you're scared that you're going to get effed over. Like, we can't blame you, right? Everyone gets scared of that sort of stuff. But, you know, that's why it's important to remember that the coffin energy is a rebirth. You're entering into the rebirth here. Things are not going to be the same as they have been in the past, especially when we see the Cupid's arrow as well. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting. Hesitation. So once again, that could be that garden energy, that surprise invitation or meeting. But, you know, have faith. It's all coming into fruition for you here. It's all working out for you. This partnership does seem to be working out for you. You know, there's the potential for it to work out long term there with the lily. It's just a matter of, you know, in the meantime, towing that fine line Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements and see if that sheds some extra light on the situation for you. And hopefully, I will see you all again soon.